to the Fabric Boutique. I'm Natita, the owner of the Fabric Boutique, as well as the author of the book Wives Still Pray. You can visit our website. I'll leave the link down below. You can read all about the book as well as other items that we offer through our website. So I am coming in. This is another week of prep and planning for the market. You would have seen my last video. This is actually the following day. So this is Tuesday. I believe that was a Monday. And it is Tuesday now, a couple days before the market. And so I had a think. I went over the different things that was left to make. And by the way, if you are not following over on Instagram, you'll probably see shorts or at least stories and different things like that of the market. By the time you see this, the market would have already taken place, but I will be bringing to you all of the behind the scenes. But hopefully you are following over on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, make sure you subscribe here. But remember, I talked about the pouches. I had, finished the pressing the totes and did all the UV DTF, and I'm gonna have a clearance table. That is not changing. What is changing, I did talk about how I had all this inventory prepped for the refinery. And so for those who don't know, the refinery is the retail space that the Fabric Boutique will have in Katy, a physical location. And so I was worried that the opening of the refinery and this 3-day market were going to coincide. So I needed inventory at the refinery as well as inventory for the market. And my intention always was to have all new sold items for this 3-day market, because it is a 3-day market and want to have new sewn items and everything like that. However, due to my lack of planning and preparation, because I am working on some other things outside of the Fabric Boutique as well, and so what I have decided to do is I am going to use the inventory that I said I would not use, my prayer and devotional pillows. Remember, I said, okay, I need to make some prayer and devotional pillows. I need to make book sleeves. I need to make pouches, different things like that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to use the inventory that I had prepped for the refinery and take it to the market. Hey, it's going to be 3 full days, and instead of me staying up super late trying to make a bunch of stuff, fresh, why not just take everything that I have that I was, isolating for the refinery, use it for the market, because at this point we still don't have an opening date for the refinery. I know it's been several months, but it's a lot of stuff, just moving parts with that. And so if we don't open until now, the refinery is hosting a 1-day market in November, and it's a Saturday, and so I talked about that. That's coming up. However, I figure I can just take the inventory from the refinery that I was going to use, the prayer and devotional pillows really, and then all of my Wives Still Pray, the gift bags, all of these. I'm going to take these. I still have to do these, and I still have to do the Date with Jesus. Those I need to wrap those. I need to finish these off. This is just a matter of taking them out of the box. If anybody's been following, these were actually in a box, but I decided to put them in bags because it's better display obviously at the refinery in the actual retail space, but also at market. So I am taking everything out of the boxes, putting them in bags, and I will be taking those and as well. And so yeah, just making life easier on me. And the thing is, if we don't open, the refinery doesn't open until after, say, that event in November, which is November 15th, that gives me time to replenish any, so far as sewing, to replenish. Sublimation is easy. I can do all that stuff in 1 day as long as I have the blanks. And so yeah, so that's what I decided to do. And I have decided to, these were the fabrics that I had left. These are the fat quarters. So what I'm going to do is measure these to see how many I can do for pouches. I think pouches will be easier. Actually, what would be easier would be doing book sleeves, but I discovered I have run out of foam, and typically I use the batting for this, but I missed how much I liked working with foam and how it looked, you know, for the things that I tested, if you saw that video. And I just like the feel and the look of it, and so I want to use foam for the book sleeves instead of the batting. And so, but I will use batting for the pouches. So what's going to happen is, if I have enough, I'll do the book sleeves. I'll just do book sleeves out of the fat quarters, or if the layout isn't, you know, how I want it to look, then when I put the pattern down, then I'll do pouches out of those. And so I don't have that much. I only have, let me see here, I have this one left. I probably do another pouch out of that, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I only have 4 or 5. Yeah, about 5. So it's not a lot, and I'll just make pouches or book sleeves, and they're just fat quarters. So we'll see how, when I lay down the book sleeve pattern on the design, because this is a non-directional. A couple of these are directional, so I just want to make sure it doesn't look awkward for a book sleeve, and it'll be better as a pouch. So, and it won't be these pouches because I didn't give myself enough time to tweak this pattern how I want to. If you saw that video, I'll link it up in the iCard. A couple things I want to tweak about this, and I just don't have time to make these, although I could kick myself because these are fabulous, but they'll be ready for November, the November market. So that is what I'm going to do. Keep it simple and not stress myself out about that, considering the market is on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that is this coming Friday. So today is the 21st. So what is that? The 26th, 27th, 28th? I might have my days wrong. I put it on the screen. And so yeah, and Thursday I'm taking everything up there and setting up in the morning. So I'll take you on that with me. But you will see everything that I managed to sew up in the next clip. I'll probably share me cutting out and different things like that. But yeah, I got to get moving. So that is the update. Instead of stressing out, and I have the extra inventory, my prayer and devotional pillows, all that to take. Instead of trying to make that stuff, I'm just going to take it, and I'll just have to make it on the back end, replace on the back end for the refinery. All right, that is the quick update. So let me lay out these pattern pieces and figure out what I want to do. Will it be pouches, or will it be book sleeves, or a combination of both? We shall see. But yeah, let's get started. All right, I am here. This is setup. I just arrived. I have never been out here before. It's on the fairground. When I initially looked it up, I was a little nervous because I saw, you know how they have openings for cattle and stuff. Those were the pictures I saw on, you know, through the map. And so I was thinking, wait a minute, I thought we were in buildings. Are we outside, you know, those open areas? And so I just got here and we are inside a building. I'll just show you real quick. I just checked in at a building over there, and then I am going into this building, and I can go right into that door. So I am about to start unpacking. And okay, this is what you get for not reading. I just got my vendor badges as well, and I figure may as well do this early. It's actually 12 o'clock. The day before the event start, I got my vendor badges. But how about I didn't read that they provide tables? I did not know that, and I brought my tables. And but I'll see, because I'm glad I brought them just in case. You just never know you know, when people arrive, you know, they're taking the tables. They're 8-foot tables, so that's good. But we'll see if there's tables available. I will use theirs. I will not use mine, and I can. That gives more room in the vehicle. There's only 3 totes today that I did not bring, but we'll talk about that after setup. No, I'll go through the setup, share that with you, and then we'll continue from there. So here is my space. It is open, and I am going to set you all up as I bring things in. Okay, I am taking the final bits in. This is all that's left to take in. I decided to use my tables because the tables I would have had to get out of the other building, and I did not do that. So I know you can barely see me, but so I'm using my own tables, and which is fine. And I have the last bit to take in, so let me keep going and get everything set up. Okay, my battery had died earlier, but I went ahead and finished setting up. I see something fell over there. I have to go put that back up. But anyway, this is what we're working with. I have my stand. This is what was supposed to go in the refinery, but this took up too much space, so it'll be for markets. So I have books here, a couple prayer and devotional pillows, and this will be the clearance table, so I have to make signage for everything over here. I'll probably do a couple signs, mystery grab bag, discounted book sleeves. Some of these other items are other things I made for another business, and so I never sold it, so we'll see. I'll put it on the clearance table here. So this will be the clearance table with everything that I'll have here for clearance. And then as we move over, I don't have hooks, so that would be a good idea if I had some hooks to hang these tote bags, but I did stuff this one so people can at least see it. And then my other prayer and devotional pillow, I have that stand, not sure what's gonna go in it. I'm gonna leave it there. I might just use it for signage. And then I have my children's prayer and devotional, I'm sorry, the prayer journal, and then the journal case holder with extras back there. Something else can go here. I'm not quite sure what yet. And then this is where my checkout stand will be set up at, where I'll be over there. And then this will be, and this is all garbage actually. And this here was just the square sign that fell. I'll just put that there. Anyway, so aside from this, that's garbage. This is where the fruit of the spirit, everything is gonna go. And so what I did was just set this out here to at least get me going. So I know tomorrow when I come in what I want to finish over here, because I want to put the tote bags on here as well, which I think I will roll up. We'll see. And then I still have the bookmarks, which are going to go in here, and I'll have a sign here. Yeah, it is hot in here. It is hot in here, and it's a lot of flies, and I'm extra hot because I did work out before I came and just figured I would just come bring all this because I knew I would be sweating setting this stuff up, but it's in the building, everything will be locked. So that is it for now. I will have to come extra early because I have 3 more totes. Just the 3 more totes. I'll show those in the next clip, and then that's it. There is quite a bit. I was worried about needing to make all that stuff, but I'm glad I just kind of changed my mind. Anything I need to make, I can make it after this, before the refinery opens, although I still have stock that I'm not bringing here that is for the refinery specifically. So that is it. Let me go ahead and get out of here, get back home, and yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, but as soon as I get back home I will show you the totes that's left to bring, and the stuff I have left to bring, which is not a lot, and signage. Okay, so these are the 2 totes I have left, and these are my tote bags, bookmarks in there, but in here I had all of this type stuff that has sublimation on it with the cups and everything, and I was nervous that if the setup was outside overnight or something, that all that would warp or distort, and I didn't want to leave it. Wish I had brought it, but that's okay. I'll take it early in the morning. Okay, I'm back home. That took 2.5 hours to do because I was really trying to take my time, and it was hot. Ooh, it was hot going in and out. Anyway, so those were the 2 totes that I have left, are the 2 totes, plus 1 more tote, or I might put these in a bag and carry it in a bag is what I'm thinking. My Date with Jesus books. I have not wrapped any of them. I said I was making some praise pouches, but I'm not. If you saw my table, there were some other pouches I had made, and so I was like, you know what, I'm taking all this stuff was just sitting in a tote. I'm taking it, it'll go on the clearance table. So what I have to do tonight, I picked up vending cash on my way back home. What I have to do tonight is just make signs and make up some Date with Jesus books or packet bundles. So I have those. I'll take we'll see how many I get through tonight. I can always make those every night in the evening. Again, we're 9 to 5, and so I have, because somehow or another I lost the key to our cash box. So I am using this as my cash box tomorrow, and it also has, you know, like scissors, measuring tape, and I'll put some actual tape in here, you know, little supplies like that just in case I need them for anything. So yeah, and I have my market notebook. So this is, I just started doing this year, and so this will be interesting. I want to track, you know, how things are going day by day, the cost of the booth, and then any revenue and profit, loss, whatever. And so, excuse me. So yeah, that is what is going to go in here and everything. I have all of the stands, and I need to do the backing cards for my other clearance items that I want to put on that one clearance table. So that is the only thing I have to do, which I can do all that sitting on my couch except for the Date with Jesus. I'll come in here and do that, wrap those up, get an assembly line. I'll probably share that in the video and when I get to it, but other than that, that is it for now. Stay tuned for the next clip. It'll probably be me wrapping Date with Jesus bundles, and yeah, then we'll start with the market. All right. Okay, it is late in the evening. It's about 8:30 p.m. I have printed the backing cards, got all of my mouse pads on, all of the card coasters. I had to actually type reprint. These are the ones that's going in on the clearance table. I just have 2 going on the clearance table, but I had to retype and reprint all of my signage, my pricing, because of the way I have the table set up and how I want everything done. So I did not get to my date with Jesus, so I will try to do that tomorrow after I get back, but not going to worry about it. This is it. I am putting the last 2 totes in the car and relaxing the rest of the night. So the next video you will see is me setting up, and we're kicking off the market.